This is BulbaSquad. BulbaSquad is who Seawild told me to reach out to for Starlord and PVE. We're going to talk about BulbaSquad's setup, and then we're going to watch him play one of the current invasions. Let's get into it. So starting off with abilities, right here we have Space Pirate, Burning Multi-Blast. All of his abilities, he has each of the 3 elements on this ability, and this one's the Flame option. The 4th ability is a second version of Shock, not really worried about it. We're taking advantage of the Kigerr item set, which gives bonus levels to Flame Shot type abilities. So right here we have a 60-second cooldown, good damage, applies stacks for burn. Burn is probably going to be your best PvE ability right there, because once you apply burn to the target, all sources of damage are dealing 20% bonus damage. Next, staying on burn, we have right here Problem Solver, Rapid Fire Spin. This can be used as a mini dodge. It's not always going to dodge, but he has some movement. It does really high damage and applies burn, which is what we're looking for. Next, Blaster Charge Cherry Bomb. There's a second version of burn on this ability, Burn Baby Burn, but if you look, it has literally doubled the cooldown, and we're trying to make use of the first version, Cherry Bomb, to apply burn quicker. The quicker we apply burn, once we apply burn to the target, then we can keep burn on it the entire time, just giving us a 20% bonus damage period the end. Then we go straight over into Flame Boots. This can be used as a dodge when a boss does his AoE and things like that. It's also one of your bigger damage abilities. Helps you reposition and just helps you close the gap with your opponent. The last one is your longest cooldown, but also your biggest damage. Only a little bit more than where's it at? Only a little bit more than Problem Solver, but Problem Solver only does that damage after hitting every single time, as you see. This does the damage over time as well, but this has burn stacks each time. So as you can see, boom, 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 boom. Each of those is a status effect accuracy check to see if you apply burn after you hit the 7 stacks. Next, we're going to jump into... So now we're going to talk about the specializations. As you see here, they're not all maxed out, but he still does plenty well with this build. The green one, increased damage to targets 50% or lower by 22.5%. This will go up to 25%. What's great about in PvE, the bosses have so much health that once you get to that 50% marker, which if they have 5 bars, it'll be 2.5 bars, this will kick on. It won't be half of the first bar, you do 50% for the second half of the bar, and then you go bar by bar. It's half of the total HP. So this is always a flat damage, 50% of the time. We'll be doing the run through Invasion. So the Mysterio fight, he'll have bonus damage the entire time. Increased damage for first skill within 6 seconds of using a dodge skill by 30%. He's just going to keep using dodge skills to dodge the AoEs, to stay alive, and every time he does that, his next skill is going to hit like a truck. The primary idea behind this is you dodge into the elemental cannon laser eraser, and the reason why you do that is it has a long animation of doing the damage, and you don't want to get messed up while you're trying to do the damage. Reduce cooldown by 35% every 5 times you use an ability. That's why 3 of the abilities we chose have the lowest cooldowns of the abilities while still being flame abilities, so that every rotation it helps you get laser eraser faster and faster. Increase all type damage by 13.5%. that will be his flame ability, which all of our abilities are doing flame. Now let's jump over into... Next we're talking about Omega cards. People have asked, what do I do if I can't get those special cards? So BulbaSquad has special cards, but right here is a good substitute if you don't have special cards. So we got 2-piece set 6 for the crit damage bonus. Thor gives attack bonus, Loki gives crit damage. We have the 2-piece set 10, which is only coming out for PVE. The Avengers card with Ultron on the cover is villain damage, and the other, I believe it's the Avengers card, is supervillain damage. The 2-piece set bonus is plus base attack. Then we have the 2-piece set 2. This one right here, the only suggestion I can make is I'm not a big fan of the one on the far left, the Red Skull card. The far left Red Skull card that gives base attack. I would rather have Team Up, which is cooldown. But that is that only goes into that cooldown specialization we saw earlier. That's the idea that I have with it. But this is what's currently working for BulbaSquad. Then we have the second Red Skull card that gives crit damage, 2-piece set plus attack percentage. Now last before we get into the gameplay, let's take a look at his stats. You guys asked about Sea Wild stats last time. I wasn't able to give it to you, so let's take a look at BulbaSquad stats. You can see he has 130% accuracy rate. That's because these bosses only need about 120, 125 to always hit them. You can see his stamina recovery is super high because he's rotating. He has 3 really low cooldown abilities that he's spamming, and the other 2 are big nukes that also require a chunk of stamina. Ultimate gauge recovery doesn't really care about, but you will see max crit rate, max crit damage. What's also very interesting is if we look right here, is his cooldown's at 24%. If he swapped over to that cooldown card, Team Up card, then he'd be pushing 30%, which could touch some breakpoints, allowing him a second problem solver per rotation, but that requires some gameplay to figure that out. 13% total damage, but total damage, supervillain damage, and flame damage all go off the same multipliers, so they all equate to the same thing. But to get total damage, you get half the number that you get the other numbers. So if we look at supervillain damage, he's maxed out. You can't see it right here. I wasn't able to get the number of it, but he is also maxed out on flame damage. So he has bonus flame. All of his abilities are flame. The only thing that I can't show you right here that you do see in the video is he is using Donna Ports, I mess up her name all the time, as his companion. Thena is a really good choice. Her animation takes a little bit longer. BulbaSquad prefers Donna Ports, however you want to say her name. Her cooldown is about 10 seconds less. She doesn't do the initial AoE damage, but the actual effect for yourself is the same. I guess Donna can really help you out with your type damage. There's a little bit of debate going on of if she works on everything or if she just does type, but right here it says type, so we'll go with it that way. But let's jump into the video and see how he does.